Your diet is not broken. It is just too generic for your body. And that truth is about to hit you like a truck. Like, subscribe, follow. You keep blaming carbs, blaming fat, blaming sugar like a confused detective chasing ghosts. Meanwhile, your body is sitting there screaming, "Wrong fuel, buddy. Wrong timing. Wrong dose." This video is about personalized nutrition, and it will flip everything you think you know about eating upside down. Because here is the uncomfortable setup you are not ready for. Two people eat the same meal, same calories, same schedule, and get completely different results. One gets lean, one gets soft. One gets sleepy like they just fought a bear and lost. And you are still out here copying random meal plans off the internet like a lost puppy in a buffet line. Bless your heart, but that is lazy thinking. And I say that with love and a little fire. Your body is not a copy-paste machine. It is a living lab with weird rules and hidden reactions. Personalized nutrition studies your blood sugar, your gut bacteria, your activity patterns, and even how you sleep. Then it builds a diet that actually fits you like a custom suit instead of that one-size-fits-nobody nonsense. Imagine eating rice and feeling energized instead of crashing. Imagine eating the same calories but finally seeing fat drop instead of stall. That is not magic. That is data meeting reality. And here is the tension I am leaving you with. If your current diet is generic, how much progress have you been accidentally blocking all this time? And more important, what happens when you finally eat the way your body actually wants? The same meal can build muscle on one person, spike fat on another, and leave you wondering why your body acts like a broken calculator. You and your friend eat the same chicken, rice, and veggies, same portion, same time, same smug confidence. But your results split like a bad movie plot. Your friend looks tighter, stronger, energized, while you feel bloated, sleepy, and ready to fight a nap instead of lifting weights. And you still think calories are the whole story. Come on now. That is outdated thinking wearing a lab coat. Your body processes food based on insulin response, gut bacteria, hormone levels, and even stress. That means the exact same meal can trigger totally different reactions under the hood. One body says, build muscle now. Another says, store fat for later. And yours might say, shut everything down. I am tired, boss. And you out here copying meal plans like a student cheating on the wrong test. That is not strategy. That is gambling with extra steps. Let me paint it clear. Imagine your body as a factory line. Food comes in, gets processed, and turned into energy or stored. If your system is tuned right, things move smooth and fast. If not, it jams, spills, and wastes resources. That is why some people eat carbs and get pumped, while you eat the same carbs and need a nap and a life reset. It is not unfair, it is just biology. And here is the insight you cannot ignore. Your results are not just about what you eat, but how your body reacts to it in real time. So if you keep eating like someone else, you will keep getting someone else's results, or worse, no results at all. And yeah, I am talking to you, the one still wondering why nothing works while doing everything the internet said. Time to stop guessing and start observing. Your genes load the gun, but your habits pull the trigger. And right now, you are acting like both do not matter. You love blaming genetics when things go wrong, and then ignore your daily habits like they are optional side quests. That is a dangerous combo, my friend. Your DNA might make you more sensitive to carbs, more prone to storing fat, or slower at building muscle. But that does not mean you are doomed. It means you have instructions you never bothered to read. Personalized nutrition takes those instructions and turns them into action. It looks at how your body responds, not just what it looks like on paper. You might have a gene that makes caffeine hit you like a rocket, while someone else drinks coffee and feels nothing. Same input, totally different output. And yet, you copy their routine like it is gospel. That is not discipline. That is denial wearing gym clothes. Let me make it simple. Your genes set the boundaries, but your habits decide where you land inside them. If your body struggles with sugar control and you keep smashing desserts at midnight, do not act surprised when progress disappears. That is not bad luck. That is bad alignment. And yeah, I am calling you out. You want results, but keep ignoring feedback like it is spam mail. Personalized nutrition forces you to face reality. It shows you what works, what fails, and where you are lying to yourself. The real power is not in knowing your genes. It is in adjusting your behavior based on them. That is the shift most people refuse to make. They want a new plan, not a new mindset. But the ones who win, they adapt fast. They listen to their body, and they stop pretending one diet fits all. Blood sugar trackers, gut tests, and wearable data are turning your body into a live scoreboard. And some of you are about to get exposed hard. You used to guess how food affected you. Now your body sends receipts in real time. You eat a bowl of rice, boom, your blood sugar spikes like a roller coaster, then crashes and drags your energy into the basement. Meanwhile, someone else eats the same meal and stays steady like a calm ocean. That is not luck. That is data revealing truth. Devices today track glucose, sleep, movement, even stress, and they do not care about your feelings. They show patterns, and patterns do not lie. You say you eat healthy, but your data says you snack like a raccoon at midnight. You say you sleep enough, but your tracker shows you tossing around like a confused burrito. Yeah, I said it, and you know it is true. But here is where it gets powerful. When you see your own data, you stop arguing and start adjusting. You test foods, you watch responses, you learn your body like a mechanic learns an engine. And suddenly, progress is not random anymore. It is predictable. Here is the insight that hits different. Feedback loops create faster results than motivation ever will. Motivation fades, but data keeps talking every single day. So instead of guessing what works, you measure it, tweak it, and repeat until your body runs smooth. If that mindset just clicked for you, hit like, subscribe, follow right now, because we are just getting warmed up. And if you are still ignoring data in 2026, you are basically bringing a spoon to a gunfight. The future fridge will not ask what tastes good first. It will ask what your body can actually use today. And that shift is going to mess with your head. Right now, you open your fridge like a treasure hunt for cravings, not performance. You grab what feels good, what smells good, what reminds you of childhood comfort. And then you wonder why your energy crashes like a bad stock market. But imagine this. Your fridge knows your sleep was trash, your stress is high, and your blood sugar has been unstable all morning. It does not suggest ice cream. It pushes high protein, steady carbs, and hydration like a strict coach who actually cares about results. And you are standing there like, wait, I just wanted a snack. Yeah, and your body wanted stability, but you two have not been on the same team for years. That is the disconnect personalized nutrition is fixing. Food stops being emotional first and becomes functional first. Not boring, not restrictive, just aligned. Let me paint you a scene. You wake up tired. Old you grabs sugar and caffeine and prays for survival. New you checks your data, eats a meal that stabilizes energy, and suddenly you are focused, sharp, and not snapping at people by noon. That is not discipline. That is intelligent input. And let me call you out real quick. You say you want results, but you keep choosing comfort over function every single day. That is like buying a sports car and filling it with the cheapest fuel you can find. Then you complain it runs like garbage. Come on now. You are smarter than that. Here is the insight. The best diet is not the one you enjoy the most in the moment. It is the one that makes your body perform the best over time. And once technology starts guiding those choices automatically, your excuses are going to disappear real fast. Most people will sabotage personalized nutrition, not because it fails, but because it tells the truth too clearly. You say you want results, but you do not want evidence that proves your habits are trash. That is the real problem. Personalized nutrition holds up a mirror, and some of y'all look away like it is a horror movie. You run a test. It shows your late-night snacks wreck your sleep, your sugary drinks spike your energy, then crash it, and your so-called healthy breakfast does nothing for your focus. And instead of adjusting, you say the test must be wrong. Oh, bless your stubborn little heart. That is not science. That is denial doing push-ups. Let me break it down clean. Data removes excuses. It shows cause and effect so clearly that you either adapt or stay stuck. And many people choose stuck because it feels familiar. You would rather protect your routine than upgrade your results. That is like refusing to fix a leaking roof because you like the sound of rain. It makes no sense, but people do it every day. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Personalized nutrition demands honesty and consistency, not perfection. You test, you adjust, you repeat. But if your ego cannot handle being wrong, you will never improve. And yeah, I am talking to you again. The one who says nothing works but never tracks anything long enough to see patterns. You are not confused. You are avoiding feedback. Big difference. Now here comes the insight that separates winners from everyone else. The people who win are not the ones with perfect plans. They are the ones who respond fastest to new information. They treat their body like a system, not a mystery. So when data says change, they change. No drama, no excuses, just results stacking up over time. If you cannot do that, personalized nutrition will expose you instead of helping you. The biggest winners will not be the most disciplined people. They will be the fastest adapters, and that idea is going to hurt some egos today. You think success comes from grinding harder, sticking longer, suffering more. But personalized nutrition flips that script clean. The game is not about who follows a plan perfectly. It is about who adjusts the plan fastest when reality changes. Your body is not static. It shifts with sleep, stress, age, hormones, and activity. So if you keep following the same routine like a robot, you are not disciplined. You are outdated. Yeah, I said it. You are out here repeating last year habits on this year body and expecting magic. That is not commitment. That is stubbornness dressed up as effort. Let me show you what adaptation looks like. Your data shows poor recovery, so you increase protein and improve sleep timing. Your glucose spikes after certain carbs, so you swap sources and balance meals better. Your energy drops in the afternoon, so you adjust meal timing instead of blaming motivation. Small changes, fast responses, big results. That is how winners move. Meanwhile, others keep saying, I will just try harder tomorrow. Try harder at what exactly? Doing the same wrong thing louder. That is like yelling at a GPS instead of changing direction. Makes no sense, but here we are. And yes, I am talking to you again. The one who thinks consistency alone will save you while ignoring every signal your body sends. Consistency without adjustment is just slow failure in a straight line. Here is the insight you need to lock in. Speed of adaptation beats intensity of effort every single time. Because the faster you correct, the less damage you stack. The less damage you stack, the faster progress shows. It is simple, but not easy, because it requires you to drop your ego and follow feedback. Personalized nutrition will hit so hard that today meal plans will look like ancient history. And most of you are still living in the stone age of eating. You are counting calories like it is the ultimate truth, measuring portions like it is a sacred ritual, while your body is screaming that timing, response, and biology matter more. In the near future, your meals will adjust daily based on your data, your recovery, your stress, and your goals. Not weekly, not monthly, daily. That means the idea of one fixed diet will feel as outdated as flip phones in a smartphone world. Let that sink in. You are holding on to systems built for averages while expecting elite results. That gap is why you feel stuck. Let me paint you the final picture. You wake up, your system analyzes your sleep, your glucose trends, your activity, and builds your meals for the day. You eat in alignment, your energy stays stable, your workouts feel strong, your recovery improves, and fat loss or muscle gain becomes consistent instead of random. That is not fantasy. That is where things are heading fast. And before you think this is only for elite athletes, no sir, this is coming for everyone. The tools are getting cheaper, smarter, and easier to use, which means your excuses are about to expire. So let me call you out one last time. You can either evolve with this shift or stay stuck arguing with outdated advice on the internet. Your choice, but your body will show the result either way. If you made it this far, hit like, subscribe, follow right now, because you are already ahead of most people who quit halfway through. And here is the final insight to lock in. The future of nutrition is not about eating less or more. It is about eating smarter for your unique body every single day. And the ones who embrace that will dominate health, energy, and longevity, while others keep guessing in the dark.